many people have said, or is like naming knives for, people being stabbed, and say, we don't like what Bob Costas did, and we're going to boycott the NFL and other NBC shows. We want an apology. Hey, we're not cold-blooded like the globalists, firing old Hank Williams Jr., Bocephus. We just want that little creature to come out and admit he was told to say that, which we know he was. They wouldn't say something political like that if they weren't. That's why they've got him up there, the little safe pitch man to perch and look conservative and sit there and stab America in the gut. Put up the phone number for people, please. I want to be able to also give that out here on air for everybody. It's on their site, so I think we can give it out. John Bound's in there calling the number to double check it, even though it's on their site. We want to make sure we're giving the right number out. Is that number correct? Oh, they're always changing it. Okay, well, good job. We're going to find NBC's phone number. They hide it well. And then we're going to give out their phone number. And I certainly hope that they enjoy it. But call your NBC-owned affiliates, and tell them you don't like it as well. If you're a local sponsor of a local NBC affiliate, you call them and you say, hey, I'm going to pull my sponsorship. Hey, they want to take your guns. They're getting ready and testing the water. This is going to start a civil war if they try it. That's a big trial balloon. We got to hammer them hard. And let me tell you, if you won't boycott it until they apologize, if you won't pull your advertising, you're an idiot. And I don't get up here, boycott this, boycott that, lightly. Our guns, man, that is it. And our free speech. Unbelievable. So National Broadcasting Company, Inc., 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, start sending the spoons today. Overnight them, man, spoons. Send them a letter. Videotape, loading the spoon, your letter, read your letter on video, put it on YouTube, $1,000 to the best letter. The best letter and video that's posted, and we'll have that prize. We'll announce that December 21st when the world supposedly ends, so I won't have to pay the money. That's a joke. I always pay the prizes. That'll be a $1,000 prize, best letter and video shot of it, and the best drone this Saturday coming up at the Silker Park in Austin, Texas. Best legal, lawful drone below 400 feet. Best video of that. So there you go. Enough from me. Let's go back to your phone calls. I get madder and madder the more I think about this. And it fits into their whole gun grab. Yes, sir. You have his fan mail address? Yeah, please give us the fan mail address on screen. Okay, that's William Morris Endeavor Entertainment. And people can, there's a bunch of addresses there. 3rd floor, Beverly Hills, California, 90210, 5313 USA. 9601 Wilshire Boulevard, 3rd floor, Beverly Hills, California, 90210, 5213 USA. Good. Print all that off for me because I'm going to shoot a special report for the Nightly News on that tonight. Okay, enough of me. Let's go to your phone calls. Brad, are you mad about this, or do you think it's good the White House is announcing they plan to not pass a law, but to just order all semi-autos turned in as an executive order? Is that making you excited?
It makes me excited to the point I can't wait to see how they figure they carry that out. That could be interesting.
Well, they'll send out cops.
I don't know of any cops around my little town that'll do it. So,
well, that means they're going to be living to be old men, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to on that Jovan Belcher thing. If you want to look behind the curtain, really see what's going on here. A friend of mine was in Kansas City sports radio, and he told me that this Belcher has been suffering from extreme headaches from concussions. And I think this is just a smokescreen to get us talking about the Second Amendment from what's really going on. He killed himself because of the headaches, just like Junior Seau did here about a year ago. And he couldn't handle it anymore. Unfortunately, he didn't have the maturity just to take himself out, and why do you have to take out somebody else? But I think this is the big story is going to be the concussions. You talked about the U.S. flushing the troops down the drain. I think the NFL is flushing the guys down the drain with the head injuries.
You know, I agree with you, and they've had every manner of distractions over the concussions, like the bounties with the Saints and all the rest of it. It is quite a soap opera. I'll admit, I don't watch football anymore, but I kind of follow the soap opera of the whole thing a little bit. You know, I'm driving in the car, going through the channels, I'll kind of follow it a bit, or when family's over, we watch a game sometimes, and I can sit there and enjoy a game. I mean, being bombarded by propaganda during the ads is upsetting. And I'm sick of it. But all that is, again, in fact, I want to say something here on air. I don't want to say I went off half-cocked, but I thought of what you're saying this morning. And I meant to come on air and say that. But what happens is I get on air and about 90% of my IQ goes out the window. I mean, that happens to everybody because there's so much happening that I kind of just automatically segment what I was going to say. And what I meant to get up here today and say is this. This guy had a bunch of concussions. He was admittedly on psychotropic drugs. The psychotropics are admitted to make you have psychotic breaks and not have impulse control. So this is a story of gladiators that are brain damaged on deadly psychotropic drugs that are known to cause violent outbreaks, psychotic behavior, megalomaniacal behavior. It's all on the Prozac and that whole family of drug inserts. They knew this in the trials in 1981 with Eli Lilly and Prozac. They'd had trials for 3 years before. A massive increase. It was a 17-fold increase in statistical suicide. So there it is. Chiefs linebacker struggled with head injuries, alcohol, and painkillers before he snapped and killed girlfriends. So, yeah, and I'll guarantee you he was on Prozac or some of those same type of drugs. Probably out of his mind, and I call him insecure. I call him a murderer. You don't know when you're brain damaged and on a bunch of drugs. So, yeah. I mean, I guess we can say, well, he's a product of this, just like the soldiers you can't really blame many times, who served 6, 7, 8, 9 tours and are on Prozac. Kind of like the guy that went and killed 18 Afghans. Turned out he was on those drugs, as I predicted. It's the same thing. But no, it's not the drugs. It's not the concussions to blame. It's not even him to blame. It's the Second Amendment inanimate firearm. And that's what makes me so mad. So I will put that in my point. My issue is the scapegoating of the Second Amendment by the NFL. Do you agree we've got to get angry about this and make a big deal out of it?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to make a T-shirt that says, do you think Nicole Brown Simpson wishes she had a concealed carry permit and a Ruger LC9 at her hip when she saw OJ that night?
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to take that and put it in the report. You callers just are geniuses. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you got the knife, and they think OJ did it. Who knows? The point is that, boy, you know, it'd been really nice there in Los Angeles where they've disarmed the people. I mean, you know, somebody comes up to me with a knife, number one, I know how to fight them a little bit. But number two, you know what? Most of the time I'm packing. That's like, oh, you brought a knife to a gunfight. That's going to work out well. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. But, yeah, Nicole Brown Simpson and was it Ron Goldman? I think if either of them been carrying, we'd avoided 6 months of bad television at least. So, but it would have turned out a heck of a lot different.
You're an absolute genius. Okay, thank you so much. Great points. Oh, these callers. Let's talk to Michael in Kentucky. You're on the air. Welcome.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
Bob Costas is a minion. He is a joker sitting in a jester suit at the Colosseum while Rome is falling apart, just waiting and helping our country to fall down by saying these stupid comments.
Yes, absolutely. And believe me, they may try to go at the guns. They're bold. They're saying the UN runs our military. They're saying Obama can shut down the internet without congressional law. That would be unconstitutional. They're doing it all. And they are planning to try to ban semi-autos. They're going to start with registering. And they're going to go out and burn and scare people and have shootouts with people. They're going to start a civil war. And they're going to sit back while the police and military get destroyed. And that's the globalist plan, is to have us kill each other. I agree, but we have to now go after Costas so the other minions won't follow orders. You understand?
Steve Quayle was on your show this summer, and he said something quite interesting. And I know you've heard of a Kentucky long rifle before, Alex. We are the pioneer state, Kentucky. And if the globalists come out hard, if you see Kentucky fall, you know they're coming out hard.
I hear you. Good old Kentucky long rifle. Of course I know what that is. You're talking about Davy Crockett. All right, let's go ahead now and talk to Jack in Michigan. Jack, you ready to turn your guns in because the NFL said so? It's manly. Turn your guns in.
They can have them all after they get my bullets. Anyways, I wanted to call just because this morning listening to talk radio, they were ranting and raving about gun culture with the NFL, and I had to get on the phone and, point out that the one thing common to all of this is the pharmaceutical drugs and why aren't they being blamed? And after that phone call, they said, well, we can't look at the drugs and the alcohol. We have to look at the person. So it clearly is their chance to go after the guns.
Yeah, they're not going after the concussions. They're not going after the prescription drugs. They're going after our guns. And again, Hank Williams Jr. fired for saying it on another network. This is during the football game.
Well, I truly believe the NFL is a globalist controlled network to get control of the sports junkies, and they're feeling them.
And you're saying the ESPN people were regurgitating this?
Oh yeah, they were regurgitating over and over and over again how there's a culture of guns in the NFL, and it's all these guns, and they all have these guns, and they're all, without...
No. What it is, see, it's not the gun culture. There's a gangster thug life culture in the NFL. There's a pit bull, all that stuff. It's a thug culture.
Yeah, and, it was just funny until I pointed out, hey, pharmaceuticals could be the issue here. Let's look at that. Then it was, no, let's just look at the person. It's all about the individual.
Well, let me tell you something. It isn't going to fly with football fans. Most of them are constitutionalists or libertarians. I mean, trendies don't even like watching simulated combat. And so this is not going to go over well. Listen, I'm coming out against the NFL full time now. I should have done it a long time. It is on. It is on. Let me tell you something. They don't get slapped down on this. They're going to go all the way. They've got a 100-yard drive against us, and we've got to smash them and hold them right where they are, to use an NFL analogy. Good to hear from you. Chad in Kentucky. A lot of calls from Kentucky. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex, love listening to you, but coming on the guns, one thing that I was thinking about, they've been doing a lot of studies with these NFL players and their concussions. What if they did something with the PTSD and the soldiers, and then made you, when you registered for a gun, had to fill out if you've had a concussion or looked at your medical history?
No, that's the plan. They're going to medicalize everything and just say, it's not if you're a felon now. We'll just say you've got a mental problem, and they want to now diagnose from afar and say you're just on a no-gun buy list. You've never been to a psychologist, nothing. They just say you're crazy, as they've had Psychology Today say about me, an admitted Clinton operative had a cover story how I'm insane because I believe in a world government. And I'm on the phone with the guy going, well, here's proof of world government, and he'd laugh at me. I've had Nightline here, and I'm like, let me just show you world government documents. Oh, no, we don't want to look at those. Well, here's a clip of the head of the EU saying world government. Well, he means a different world government than what you mean. So it's all like this game. They'll never even recognize. Look, if you caught a criminal coming out your back door, a lot of criminals are smart now. They'll say, oh, I'm a workman. And they're like, no, you're robbing. No, I'm not. Hey, how you doing? And a lot of folks will actually stand down and let the guy walk off. Because you tell somebody, hey, I'm a pink giraffe. You're like, no, you're not? Yeah, I am. And people are so programmed, they go, okay, you're a pink giraffe. Wow, are you from Africa? They have pink giraffes? And you're like, yes, I am one. And the government loves you. Now take your vaccines and everything's fine. I mean, come on. Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalist on so many fronts. Health is an area where we can all take control of our lives, and it all starts with that basic building block of water. It is time to purify our family's water. The ProPure filtration system with added fluoride filters is the best system for